The video's running.
Ted Cruz catches heat for escaping to the Heat. Warriors weekend auction continues. All that and more coming up on today's Wade and Carter Show.
Listen quick. Yeah.
First rule. I feel like I'm in little Iceland standing in here.
Right?
It's like an ice box.
It is. It is cold in here. We wondered how Magic could swing such. Did you see that? His head microphone dysfunction. How Magic could swing such.
Mike Agra fixes that.
Such beautiful facilities.
And now we know.
Because there's just no heat. Yeah. No, we're joking. It's not a Bill Winlet issue. It's a matter we haven't turned up the thermostat in here. And a lot of times during the day there's nobody here. And when you get here at 6 o'clock in the morning, like Bill Posey,
keeps you awake.
It's gonna be, it feels good. Yeah. I like it when my nipples crack.
Like the ice in the trees the other day.
Take the chapstick. Just keep everything from cracking. Hey, folks, the Wade and Carter weather is brought to you faithfully by the great folks at Deerland Feed. For over 50 years, Deerland Feed has been providing Victoria farm and ranchers with all the supplies they need, from fertilizers and pesticides to hay and seeds and chickens and ducks and all
anybody that planted their gardens a week or so ago thinking that the frost and the winter was done.
What do you got, a cover that you can put over that?
I don't know, but you might as well go back and buy your seeds again.
Right. There you go.
Plant it this weekend.
27 degrees in Victoria today. Heading to a high of, what did I say, 37?
I think a little warmer than that. I don't think you said a high.
I didn't say, did I?
No.
High today of 45.
There you go.
There you go. So
a little bit warmer than yesterday, but hopefully we don't have that cold north wind. That was a 20-degree wind chill yesterday.
That's coming from a Canadian, folks. They know.
We know.
It's supposed to be sunny all day, though. It should be a beautiful day. There's not a cloud in the sky except the steam coming off the old AEP plant.
That's it.
And then that little haze that hangs over the Victoria Advocate. If you look down over there, there's just kind of a haze there that's like, hey, man, let's write an editorial.
Haze.
What's up, Purple Haze?
Should we see who's in this morning?
Did I see what?
Should we see who's in this morning?
Well, let's do. Yeah. Let's see who joined us.
The new Mars rover, as I open this stuff up, made landfall on Mars yesterday. Did you see that?
So, I have a dumb question. How does that?
Dumb question.
Okay, dumb one teacher asking.
Yes, as one teacher once told me, there's no such thing as a dumb question.
How does that thing land?
Last question.
You can't put out a parachute. There's no atmosphere.
Use the parachute.
Come on. We believe in that.
There's got to be. There's gravity.
Well, so what is the parachute?
Because how else does it stay on Mars?
Right, but what is the parachute pulling against? Right, the reason the parachute slows you down as you fall is that it gets filled with air, right? And it's like pulling a pocket of air. If there's no atmosphere on Mars,
there's got to be.
There's not. That's what I'm telling you.
Well, there's got to be.
Parachute doesn't work. I think the whole thing's being done in a sound studio in Los Angeles.
Gotcha.
That's what I think.
That's what you think.
Yeah. Directed by John F. Kennedy Jr. A short film. Mars.
Sure makes me look fat.
No. That's for sure. There's no way you can look fat. You stand next to me, you look wafer thin.
What the heck did I just do?
I don't know, but we need to update. We're going to update our webpage. It's not anywhere near as exciting as we are.
As it should be.
Doesn't reflect the enormity of the program now. You've built quite an empire here, you and Caleb.
Somebody had to.
Well, I've been gone.
You were gone.
I was gone.
Don't know what you were doing.
Dawn. I mean, I was out with Dawn, hanging out.
You were in Cancun
Yeah, Cozumel. Yeah, Ted
Getting
Cruz,
things ready for Ted Cruz's arrival.
Ted Cruz takes his daughter down to Cancun with one of her friends. Remember, now, this United States senator. It's a guy with some money to begin with.
Yeah.
Jumps on a commercial airline, not a military aircraft. Takes his daughter and one of her friends they're out of school. They're rightfully bored. They have some means. Hey, Dad, can we go to Cancun? Sure, honey, book a deal. Takes them down there, gets them set up, and comes back and catches heat from the Democrats. The Democrats are saying Ted Cruz needs to resign, as if they're the hardest working bunch in D.C.
Yeah, Nancy Pelosi's
in Hawaii.
She's third in command. Should she not have a responsibility to try to help the Americans in Texas and the other? 49 of the 50 states were deep into this.
And it's not even Texans. It's people, which is very typical Democrat. It's Democrats that are outraged on behalf of Texans who aren't outraged. Now, Joe Biden would say that the Texans that aren't outraged are probably Hispanic and Black and too dumb to be outraged. He would be outraged for them. That would be typical of Joe Biden. But the reality is Ted Cruz took his daughter and dropped her off. Now, I did get a meme or a GIF, whatever that thing is, and it said, Ted Cruz denies going to Cancun, but he had the cornrows. That was very funny.
I like the Babylon Bee. Ted Cruz goes to Cancun to lasso the sun to bring it to Texas, to warm up Texas, something like that.
Good morning, Judge Posey, H.R. Mallory.
Yeah, I'm like, what's he really going to do? And then people are like, well, Beto was organizing phone banks and handing out water. Do you think Beto, honestly, if Beto didn't have the ability to tweet out the 211 number
absolutely
in El Paso for local folks, if he didn't have a camera there to take a picture of him handing out water to people, there's no way in hell Beto is doing anything out of the goodness of his heart. Don't forget, this is the guy that eminent domained a whole bunch of land so his family could get rich, then developing that land.
Yeah. He's hated in El Paso. Hated. Richard King, Patrick Strauss, Lisa Poole. Welcome in. Judge Posey's there. I said hi, H.R. Mallory. Look at that. What
Bobby Leister, good morning. Trey Molina.
Funky, Trey Molina. Sheriff Louderback.
The sorrow doesn't end for Funky. He had another pipe burst yesterday. He had one under his house the night before, and he sent us pictures of him out in his pajamas and rubber boots trying to fix that. Then yesterday I got a picture from him. Another pipe broke.
8-year-old.
He's on the coast.
Ryland yesterday. I'm scanning through the TV. We had electricity. Thank you. Scanning through the TV, and Gunsmoke is on. And it's one of those later episodes where
it's in color.
And Marshall Dillon's talking to a lady, and Ryland goes, Dad, that looks a lot like Sheriff Louderback. And I said, it does kind of look like Sheriff Louderback. And Ryland goes, but Sheriff Louderback is real. I said, now that's cool. That's good perspective from a little guy.
And he's checking into the show this morning.
And he said the sheriff is real.
Chris Jansen, good morning. Ron Koshin.
And here in my arm truck.
Warm truck.
A warm truck. You just have to kind of interpolate what Ronnie means.
Oh, it's there.
There it is. Oh, it's down there.
Kendra Douglas, good morning. Kathleen Leininger. Have we had any sightings of the Communist Democrats? Sheila Jackson Lee et al. No, she's probably staying warm in Cuba.
What is Kendra Jackson's middle name? That's a 3-name name right there.
Where?
Like it said Kendra Kendra. It said Kendra Douglas. What's her middle name?
Lee.
I don't know. Let's find out. That's a good 3-name name.
Chris Conrad says no more Facebook notifications when you go live. I did not.
They probably have swamped us on that.
Probably. Adam Daughtry checking in. Terry Murray. Adam Daughtry says the barometric pressure is high on Mars. That's why. Good to know. Let's see who else is in this morning. And it just froze up on me. Way to go, Facebook. Oh, there we go. Matt Boucher's in, Philip Blevins, Michelle Hawkins, Gaelic Goff, Johnny Houghton says they can't be outraged because according to Biden, they wouldn't know he went to Cancun because they don't know how to get on the internet to find out. There you go.
You know, it is funny. We talked yesterday about how Joe Biden, he just blurted out as if it were true. Well, you know, we didn't even have a vaccine when I got into office, and they show him getting vaccinated before he took the oath of office. Yeah. I mean, the guy, it's like this. If Trump did this, the fact checkers would call him a liar. But Biden is such a pitiful little old man that even though he's a conniving criminal, you don't bother to call him a liar because he's just got dementia. The dude is just off the chart. So it's almost like he gets a pass for his misstatements, which affect American policy, which makes him a risk to the world.
Some moron on Twitter tried to say that he has a solid grasp of the facts. And I'm
no, he does not.
And I'm like, what fact anywhere can be corroborated that we had no vaccine before he took office? That's not a fact. It's a lie. And to say it, and then somebody else who is a veteran journalist who worked at NBC for years said it was a verbal stumble. I'm like, a verbal stumble might be the slip of one word. When you misspeak an absolute phrase,
yeah, it wasn't a verbal
as
stumble.
you and I have discussed,
why
the vaccine wasn't available till I took office.
What happened to Americans holding their leadership accountable? I'm not saying that if Trump said the same thing, it would be okay. I'm saying, why is it that the Dems apologize for this bumbling idiot? Why not hold this leadership accountable too also?
Because they can't do that.
I don't understand it. It's maddening to me. Oh, there's more important things to dwell on. Oh,
like Ted Cruz going to Cancun.
Ted Cruz going to Cancun on a day off. He may be a racist, Joe Biden, but let's don't dwell on it.
But he's our racist.
Let's move on. There's
Chris Ray Brissett, he gets updates. It's not like he could do anything. Yeah, and the other thing is, I heard he was on Zoom calls while he was there in the short time that he was there. So he was on the plane, landed, got his daughter situated, was on some Zoom calls, the same thing Beto was doing, and then got on the plane and came back. I mean, I'm not sure if he got caught, if he was actually going to stay the night and warm up before coming back. I don't know. Even if it was,
it's obvious that he was going to get spotted. And here's what I believe. In the world of politics, he knew he was going to get spotted. He knew he was going to get a little bit of heat. Yeah. He just said, you know what? Who cares? I'm out of here for a day or two. They can all kiss my fanny.
Well, here's why
they'll forget over the next 4 years.
Well, that's the other thing. They'll forget in 4 years. But here's why I think a lot of people are mad. He's the only one in the entire state of Texas smart enough to get the hell out of here while the rest of us were freezing.
Yeah, well, you're just saying that because he's Canadian.
Yeah.
Was he Cuban family?
Yeah.
You think he can get on the internet? I don't know. Is he smart enough to
get on the internet? I don't think so. He's probably smart enough to get on a Zoom call.
Joe Biden might say he's not smart enough to get on. Yeah, nobody talks about the taxpayers and Air Force One and Obama hanging out in Hawaii.
Yeah. Well, he's doing this on taxpayer money.
No, he wasn't.
I mean, I guess if you get right down to it, technically, yes, because he's being paid for with tax dollars as part of his salary. But I don't believe that congressional allotted dollars were paid for the flight. I'm pretty sure none of it paid for, the Airbnb where they were staying.
No, I agree.
Might have paid for the internet while he was on Zoom calls.
And there might be some security.
I don't know if there was.
Here's my question. How does a guy like Ted Cruz, he didn't come from money, did he? Just came from being really a smart guy, right?
I think his dad wasn't his dad in the oil business? I don't know.
I just wonder, I wonder if Ted is going to be one of those congressional multimillionaires. Will he get out of there just a gazillionaire?
Well, he's a Harvard lawyer. He probably already was.
Okay. That's what I wonder.
BJ Nelson says white trash services running Monday routes today.
That's how bad to the bone they are. They're already getting ahead of next week. They're picking up trash you haven't even put out yet. Think about that. They're going to come in your house, grab something out of your fridge and go, this would be in your rubbish bin on Monday. So we're taking it today. Eat the honey bun. Sean Neely, eat that honey bun and go right back to the truck.
BJ Nelson says so many great leaders in the U.S. Unfortunately, Biden isn't one of them. What a disgrace that he's representing us to the world. Yeah, I expected to, yesterday formally announced that we're getting back into the Paris Clean Air Accord.
Yeah, that's stupid.
I saw it wasn't a documentary, but it was a rather lengthy explanation of the Paris Clean Air Accord.
We were right, weren't we?
Well, the only country that actually had any targets and goals that had any sort of teeth to them that were self-imposed, the United States of America. So we actually were hurting our own business and industry by putting in
restrictions,
CO2 reduced emission targets and deadlines to meet those targets. And no other country in the world was doing anything of the sort. The Paris Clean Air Accord basically is a bunch of papers, as it was explained in this expose of government leaders emailing in what they say they're going to do, stapling it together and sending it out. Here you go. The U.S. under President Obama was the only country to actually put targets that most people feel were absolutely unattainable, and if they were to be attained, would seriously cripple and hurt the U.S. economy and industry.
Yes.
And so force costs to go up to the American taxpayer.
They were inadvertent subsidies to places like China and India. That's what they were. China and India. India is still just chugging along on coal.
China's building, I believe it's like the equivalent of one new coal plant a month.
Yeah.
They're set to build at least 12 coal plants this year in China.
Big ones. Just burning coal.
And every coal plant we close, they built 5 to replace them. They don't care.
No. And we have no authority over them. And yet we're over here pretending that we're going to transport all of our goods in electric cars, and they're just over there chugging coal.
Yeah. No, that's crazy.
It's a joke. It's a joke, and the left falls for it. Just like they believe that windmills are going to solve their electric problems as they sit in their cold houses.
Watching the coverage of this week's weather episode, because I'm not going to call it a disaster. It's not there. It was not unprecedented. All you have to do is go look back in history to see that we've experienced weather like this in Texas in the past. So it's happened before, so it's not unprecedented. Yet that's the headline that all these idiots are running out there in major media. Unprecedented weather, unprecedented freeze, unprecedented cold. We've had it before. It just hasn't happened in our lifetime.
I can go with what Michelle Hawkins said right there. I think it was just in poor taste for Ted to go to Cancun. If you're for the Texas people, that's just not the best decision. I agree with that.
And I don't agree with Karen Webb. It's not like he's going to be climbing like a lineman fixing power lines and
that's another thought. He's not wearing a hard hat.
No.
If anything, Ted Cruz admitted to you that he ain't doing nothing. He ain't got nothing to do with it.
But that's the question I asked. What's he going to do? And somebody literally responded to me, well, he could have been organizing phone banks like Beto.
That's dumb. Beto's dumb.
So we're paying a senator $179,000 a year to organize phone banks? That's a better use?
Beto's organizing Democrats is what he's doing. By the way, if you feel differently, great day for you to call. Love to respect your opinion. 361-575-9509. Absolutely a hate-free Friday. Feel free to call and say, well, I don't agree, and here's why. Or I think something different, and here's why. I'd love to hear it. Change my mind. I mean, I'll tell you this, and I think I love to do this because it makes him cringe. I would speak for Ash and say that if Ted Cruz had called us and said, hey, you think tomorrow's a good day for me to take my kid to Cancun? We would have both laughed and gone, you're kidding, right? Tomorrow's not a good day to do that. No, you should probably be here at least. You remember when we had Hurricane Harvey and Greg Abbott came down here and Mike Pence somebody handed a bunch of sticks to Greg Abbott, who then turned around and handed them to Mike Pence, and then Mike Pence threw them on the trash pile. And I'm like, what a joke.
Yeah.
What a joke. Yeah. And then you look at it. So is that better? Or should Governor Abbott have gotten on a plane and gone to the Bahamas and gotten away from, I don't know, maybe just being here, showing solidarity with the people. But,
don't use the word solidarity. This isn't communist Texas.
Well, you're the only one that thinks that. I was just thinking a united front. But here is something you have to know. If there's an issue and the Democrats can use it to drive a wedge, they do it in the name of unity. They're all about unity as they drive a wedge between folks. Alan's record service, 578-6300. Alan wants you to slow down.
You need a wedge out of the ditch.
There you go, 578-6300. That's Alan's record service. The VCS company is our banner sponsor. Hard at work.
Services?
Absolutely. If you get notifications about the backup battery on your alarm system, call the VCS companies today. If you don't have an alarm system,
a lot of people probably got those when the power went out.
They did. Reach out to the VCS companies. Do it this week. Get in the queue. They're doing service calls on the daily.
Can you see my breath?
No, it's not that cold in here.
Okay.
This is the softest Canadian ever. I'm just
saying, my coffee's already lukewarm, and it's in one of these, folks.
Little Ash over there running a lighter up and down the blade of his skate, just trying to get some advantage on the ice. I mean, I can just see him hot, with warm mitten hands.
Somebody invented those skates, and they didn't quite catch on. I'm not sure why.
Makes sense, right? Because the blade, you actually skate on a little thin layer of water.
Friction,
yeah. I like it.
It was the curling effect. The broom actually melts the ice in front of the rock a little bit.
Ever so slightly. I'm not even sure I buy that. The VCS companies, folks, reach out to them. 100 years in downtown Victoria. 101 now. 101.
116 West 1 Lynn is the address. Chesnick Furniture is the place to go get all the furniture you need.
You just do better at Chesnick.
As you rebuild after the freeze.
Chesnick and Love.
21.
Chesnick and Love make your house a home. And, of course, Veracruz. I don't know if Veracruz is open today or not. I would hope they are. I don't know. If they're not, you're going to wait till Monday. They certainly will be on Monday. I'm assuming that Mayor McCoy will have our water back on by Monday. We're holding him completely accountable for this, right? You think they'd be holding me completely accountable? What's Carter doing about the water?
You need to stop lamenting about what might have been.
Is that
you're not.
I'm glad. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord, that I don't.
Why do you even waste time wondering what would have been?
I mean, some folks look at what is and ask why. I look at what might have been, and I'm grateful for what's not. How about that? While we're here, the Atzenhofer dealer since 1926. Simply Victoria's dealership. Chevy, Cadillac, Mazda, Mitsubishi, they've got them all. Paint and body shop, all the service, all makes and models. Complete dealership. Get by today and see the Atzenhofer dealership.
Atzenhofer.com.
We talked about white trash, 550-1826. White Trash Services is running. They've been running. They know that they are a vital service, and they find a way to get it done. If you need help in the 5 contiguous counties to Victoria County, get down Rockport, Holiday Beach, the Sierra Nevadas, parts of the Rockies. Reach out to White Trash Services at 550-1826.
They're still looking for the Donner Party.
Right? If they find them now, they're going to be spoiled and just throw them in the back of the truck.
Razor IT Solutions. John Paul Hall can help you and your business master your analytics, get control of your data, understand what all that means and how you can optimize your online presence to grow your business.
Absolutely. Razor IT Solutions, from encryption to data protection to firewalls to letting you know what's going on with your analytics, reach out to them. So there you go. Are we going to get Ron Koshin in here and talk about, we always help when we can. And the Warriors Weekend folks are auctioning off a weapon to, hello, sir,
Morning.
to benefit. I'm going to let Ron tell you what's going on. I'm going to turn that camera. Let Ron tell you what's going on. Oh, yeah, you look fantastic. Are you kidding me? We can't waste that.
Need to show that.
Yeah, we got to show that. Hang on, I'll be right back.
All right, you go do that. My lovely wife Cheryl says the difference is the Democrats would tell everyone to stay home and then they would all go to Cabo. Probably some truth to that. Chris Conrad says Brent is the Lech Valenza of Victoria. Solidarity. So there you go. Bree Hanchett, good morning to you. See who else is in that we haven't said hi to this morning. Jamie Coleman, and here's your buddy OB. Hey, O'Brien. Good morning to you. Richard King. Good question, Richard King. The bid on the gun is at $2,400.
And it's owned by Patrick Strauss right now.
Okay.
So that's where we are. And now Ron Koshin is here.
Tell us the story about the project and then show the camera the weapon.
Okay. So we have a young veteran here in our area and his wife. They have a couple of kids. One of them is a little girl, 6 years old, right at 6, who's got I call it an insidious disease situation, what have you. She has a pituitary problem. And if she doesn't get this fixed, worked on, what have you, she'll only grow to be about 4'3", and she'll have all kinds of problems. Evidently, there's a injection, a shot that she can possibly get. It's very hard to get, but it costs $8,000 per shot. She may need more than one. Well, these young veterans on VA pension, they don't have that kind of money. Talked to him yesterday, and he went and borrowed some money. They're having trouble finding the medicine. They'll find it. The VA will help some, but maybe 25%, maybe $2,000 out for one shot. So this is Warriors Weekend. He's one of our, we call him one of our boys. We've been with him. He's been with us for years and years. And he harasses us, and we harass him. But you know, like Bruce Ponchik said on the video, you know, he was there for us, and now it's time for us to step up and be there for him. And you know, the fishing deal is our big deal. I mean, of course, fishing kind of sucks right now, but these are the kinds of things we do. We don't talk a lot about them, but this is a special need deal. And so we're asking people, I'll hold this up, can I see it?
Yeah,
yes, sir.
Okay, so it's a Sig 9. No, Caleb, it's your whiskey. And it's a beautiful weapon. It's been painted in the American flag colors.
Yeah, it's very cool. It's a real distressed looking red, white, and blue motif of the flag. Yeah. It's a beautiful gun.
Great for concealed carry. I think Sheriff Louderback would agree with that. Sheriff, this would fit real nicely in a concealed holster. We so much appreciate Mr. Strauss bidding up to $2,400. We'd like to see it go higher if it possibly could.
Well, and we got Richard King in at $2,500.
There you go. So Richard, you guys feel free. I don't know where Patrick is this morning. If somebody wants to call and do a drop the mic bid where you say, I'll give you $5,000 for that gun.
So
that's what I'm saying too. You call us at 575-9509.
The Iceman says this vet is as solid as they come, a family man, a community man, proud to know and call him a friend / family.
That's awesome. No, a lot of folks know that. And I don't know this particular veteran, but I know what Warriors Weekend does. So that's it's a great combination. It's a 6 Sauer 9mm. It's a quality weapon. It's definitely going to retain value. It's a good gun.
And H.R. Mallory asks about the GoFundMe.
I'm not involved in that. So
okay.
We're not involved in that. So I don't know much about GoFundMe, but I mean, I know it exists and it raises a lot of money for people who want to go to vacation.
Is there one? Is there one set up for this?
I don't know.
Okay.
I've heard talk about it. I guess I should have looked into that, but I didn't. So I really don't know.
If somebody wanted to donate money to help.
Oh yeah,
would they call you?
Yeah, they can make a check out to Warriors Weekend. We'll see it. And that's a good point. Every penny of this is not Warriors Weekend money. This goes to the family.
Perfect.
So they want to donate money to Warriors Weekend, and in perspective of this, we'll make sure that every penny goes to him and they get it right off.
Okay.
Yeah, that's perfect.
And I want to say this: whoever wins it right now is Mr. King, right?
Yes.
Leading bidder, leader in the clubhouse. We'll have to pick it up in Fort Lavaca. There's a gun shop there on Highway 35, owned by a veteran, a Green Beret, Simon Laval. Laval Simon. He's a commander of the VFW in Fort Lavaca, and a good friend of ours. We do a lot of work with him down there. So we got to pick it up there, but we'll make sure it gets down there and be ready to go.
Yeah, you've got all the disclaimer stuff that, at the end of commercials.
Lori Strauss just kicked Patrick.
Yeah.
And they pushed it up to 2,600.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Patrick and Lori. Great folks.
They are.
Well, we appreciate it so much. And
it's called Levels Gun Shop. Laval's Gun Shop. Okay, there you go.
And he's a great guy.
Who doesn't the Iceman know?
He knows everybody.
Apparently so, because he's just chiming in here.
Ice.
He does ice.
Yeah, that's true.
I saw him on the road the other day picking up some straight ice.
Yeah, he's bagging it himself.
Yeah.
Richard King comes in at 2,700. Let's get a third bidder in there. Somebody step up.
Somebody make it three. Let's go to three.
Somebody drop $3,000 on this deal. Let's take care of this little girl. That's one thing, Ronnie, and I appreciate you reaching out to us. This is a Warriors weekend deal, and they're just trying to get out where they can get the most bang for their buck, so to speak. And I'm flattered that our listeners always seem to respond. So,
well, this is the first place I thought of when we decided to do this, and it was actually Bruce Ponchik's idea. And he said, "Well, we've got this gun we haven't done anything with," and the guy who was painting it got COVID. He was in about a 3-month battle with COVID. Everybody kind of forgot about it, and we're doing a gun raffle right now for Warriors Weekend. We said, "Hey, we got this extra gun. Why don't we do this?" Bruce came up with this, and Bruce is our gun man. I couldn't spell gun if he spotted me in the G and U. But
it's an H.
Yeah. So
even if he gave him the end, he might come up with GNU.
Gun.
But anyway, it's a great little family. They need help. We're here to help. We're just not going to let it. We're not going to let it happen without us being a part of it. And
that's awesome.
It's not going to happen if whoever step in.
So you got Richard King at 2,700. Lori Strauss is over
Patrick and Lori
digging in her change drawer, and I don't blame her.
She's got a little change purse out that you see.
Right.
When Lori's at the bingo
remember
hall.
the one you used to squeeze that was plastic?
I remember the one that had the little clasp.
Yes,
it was brass at the top.
Your
always
mom had
brass,
that.
and it was
Yeah, your mom had
Yeah.
that.
It probably was a cigarette purse at one point. It
Probably.
became a change purse when Mom quit smoking. Richard King asks, "Is the bidding end today?" Ends at the end of this show. So we've got 40. Well, we got 41 minutes now.
Your mom just
Give or take a
she
couple.
just dips now, right?
Yeah.
We have 21 minutes.
Actually, what she likes to plug. She likes to bite that piece off and pack it in between the cheek and gum. Patrick and Lori Strauss up to 2,800. Thank you, folks.
I'll put a plug in here for
yes.
our pre-9/11 fishing tournament coming up. That means all those who served in combat before 9/11, because we're mostly our 9/11 guys. After 9/11, we're going to do that April 17th in Port Connor. You can contact me 935-7414, 361-935-7414, and sign up. We want a good representation. We're going to be down in Port Connor at the new 5D Steakhouse. Gonna hold us. We want a bunch of you guys to sign up, because even though we have stressed over the years after 9/11 veterans because of what happened in 2001, but these guys deserve it also. The Vietnam veterans, the Desert
absolutely,
vets, the Korean vets. If there were World War II vets want to go, we'd be tickled to death. But they're dying off, and if you saw an article in the paper recently about VFWs and American Legions closing because these guys are dying off. They're my age, and so we want to honor them the best we can. And so look into that if you would, and holler at me.
Patrick Richard and Mandy King up the game.
Patrick Strauss and Lori went to 2,800. Richard King said, "Okay." Mandy says, "I can do 2,900." While you guys are checking your change drawer, let me give you an update. I got a note today, thank you, from Dr. Quentin Shepard, saying that both Crane and Hopkins will be open today from 11 to 2. Whether you need a hot meal to charge a cell phone, a place to warm up. They served over 1,000 meals, 1,065 hot meals yesterday.
Almost 1,100 meals yesterday.
So get over to Crane or Hopkins. He said, we don't want anyone with food scarcity concerns to go hungry. So you can go in, warm up, get a bite to eat, charge your phone at Crane and Hopkins, 11 to 2 today.
We live in a pretty nice community.
We live in a great community of giving folks. Yes, sir, we do.
We really do.
Now, what if, I'm trying to figure out if we can figure out a way to do a twofer on this gig. I'm talking way out of school, but if our artist has recovered from COVID,
I think that's an excellent point.
if we could get 2,800 out of the Strauss, 3,000 out of the Strausses and 3,000 out of the Kings, they could each have one.
I'd see that it gets done.
I think we could do that, and that would be a tremendous thing for this family.
If they would do that, what an awesome thing that would be, and I'll make sure it would happen.
That would be an awesome idea. Strausses and Kings, if you feel capable of going to 3,000 each, we'll make sure. Oh, how about and a latecomer?
Yeah, a latecomer.
Uncle
Here
Calvin,
comes Secretariat down the stretch.
Calvin Shear comes in at $3,000.
This will probably be Calvin's first gun if you buy it.
Well, you know, he's been wanting to get a weapon.
Yeah, he was.
He's been wanting to get a gun.
Yeah.
I still throw out. I mean, at that point, maybe you could do 3.
I'll do whatever.
It would sure be good to help this family out.
Because this $8,000 side, they may need several.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They may need several.
Think about that, folks. Kathleen Leininger says she likes a threefer. There you go. That's good stuff. We can get it in here. Ash, don't touch that straight line.
I'm not.
We'll do it. That'd be awesome.
Callie Fromme asked if we'll throw in one of those mystery tumblers.
Is that a tumbler that we still own? That we still
do we still
owe
have
Callie
any?
Fromme? We still owe her a tumbler.
I think so.
Well, she quit coming by. You know, they
I'll
didn't
get
do
it
that.
ordered weekend,
They didn't do the 100 Club banquet this year. By the way, you can still join the Victoria 100 Club. It's
I've got to get my
organization.
2021 sticker for that.
I've got to get one. I haven't done it.
You need one.
Great one.
Lee, you get pulled over.
Craig Simpson says I like 3s. Yeah, no, that'd be great. I've still got that. I've got that hanging out there for the Strausses and the Kings. If they each want one, then we will provide 3. Calvin's in. Calvin's the leader of the clubhouse right now at $3,000. If the other 2 will just match him, we'll make sure they get a weapon as well.
What's their highest bid?
$3,000 right now.
I mean, the other 2.
29 and 28.
That's $100. You can't go to lunch for $100.
Right?
J Dub says King is in for 3. There he is. Yep.
There you go, Richard.
Thank
King.
you, Richard. He'll do one for 3. Patrick and Lori, it's all on you now.
Come on, Patrick. Come on. Well, really, it's Lori. We
Well,
know
yeah.
Patrick's in. We're all waiting on Lori now, and you know,
Thanks,
she's
J Dub.
She's a sharp lady. She's got it.
Yeah, I had to go back and see that one. That one, between Kathleen Leininger's comment and Callie Fromme, that King one kind of slipped past.
Yeah,
us,
it did, because I feel all of a sudden I realized that we owe Callie Fromme
Yeah,
a tumbler.
we do. So
No
good
doubt
thing,
about
good thing
it.
J Dub's keeping track here.
Yeah.
We got Bobby Leister on the Leisterometer keeping track of our YouTubers, and J Dub.
And
J-Dub.
a good donor towards
And tell Callie thank you for that gentle nudge that says we still owe her a tumbler. All right,
All right.
Strausses,
waiting on that $100.
talk to us.
Maybe 2.
Come on.
Their last bid was 28.
It's worth 2. You can do it. You're feeling some peer pressure here from the
Yeah, from
Wayne
everybody.
Carter crew. Everybody, both dozen of our listeners.
It's going to be embarrassing if they don't do it.
No, they're
No.
Can't put the heat on them.
They've already drove. They drove
They
the
do.
bidding.
They
up.
do a
That'd
great
be
job.
That'd be
Yeah,
great.
they
Hey,
do.
while they pull their change together, let me remind you, from start to stop, from all of your familial needs as pertains to the passing of a loved one or yourself, reach out to Dana Moore de la Garza. She can help you with a plot at Memory Garden. She can help you with your plans at Grace Funeral Home. She can help you make decisions regarding cremation or being embalmed or whatever you want to do. Purchase a casket. She can do all of that. We joke about, the one-stop death shop, but she's actually a one-stop service shop. If you need help with anything to do with pre-planning your funeral, She'll coordinate with Cheryl at Gray Barn, 920-6803. She'll coordinate with Cheryl to make sure that your funeral party is a dandy. 920-6803, that's the number for Cheryl.
Adam Daughtry asked what's the bid at. I'm trying to reply to him. It's
$3,000.
not letting me. So the bid is at $3,000.
And Adam, if you want one, I mean, let's just do it. I mean, the Strausses, I think, are gonna pull it together and come in.
No, it's over their price point.
Okay, and that's fine. So we've got 2 weapons sold.
Waiting on the third.
Waiting on the third. Adam, step in there, and we'll make sure you get a SIG P365 with an American flag paint scheme. Each one's individual. Each one is unique. They're hand painted. It's not just some kind of a wrap.
We can do a different paint scheme on the other one. We can do a Texas flag paint scheme.
There you go. Dana Moore gives us her number. Do you have a pen over there?
652-9157 is the number to call.
652-9157.
And I want to say I know Ricky D had heart surgery, and I know he's on the mend. So just wishing you a speedy recovery, Ricky D.
Absolutely.
City Council needs you. Ricky D did not run off to Cancun to escape the cold. You know, despite the rumors, the vicious rumors.
He's a great guy, a great counselor.
Yeah. So
yeah, he's a super good friend too. Ricky's a guy that will look you right in the eye and tell you the truth.
He's been great to us. Warriors Weekend. He's been carried our water accounts before.
Absolutely. Then you got Wind Services. Now's a great time, believe it or not, a great time to get a generator. Whether you need a big Kohler water-cooled unit, or if you can get by with a Generac or a Cummins, Briggs & Stratton, they've got them all. Now's a great time to heat and cool your home in these emergency times with a Generac generator made here in the U.S. They said they're selling them literally, as quick as they can make them. So reach out to Wind Services. They'll come by and give you an estimate on that. USA Concrete Coatings. You might want to wait a week, let the ground warm up a little bit, but you need to reach out and get a new coating on your garage floor. Polyurethane, antimicrobial, antibacterial.
Won't chip, won't crack, won't peel.
Colorful, won't stick to your tires, and you'll love it. Tell us about Terry Murray and Motto Mortgage.
Yeah, Motto Mortgage. They've got FHA, VA, conventional mortgage financing, so they can handle all your home purchase needs. They have reverse mortgages, a very specialized product for people 62 years and older. You know, she says you've all seen the Tom Selleck ads, so you might be familiar with it, although that's not the product that she does, but she does offer a similar type of product, so you can access the equity in your home. Terry Murray can handle all of that. Plus, she's a Victoria native, folks, graduated from VHS. She knows here. She understands the mortgage industry. She can help you. She got her start at First Victoria in the mortgage business, and now she's gone to work for Motto Mortgages, locally owned and operated, and Terry Murray can handle all your mortgage needs.
There you go.
Give her a call, 541-54, my eyes are going, 58, I think is the number there.
54, 56, 56, 58, 58.
58, got to get the
541 54 58. There, go Stings.
It was going well till we got to the phone number, but or you can email her, terry.murray@mottomortgage.com. And don't forget Texas Coast Limousines.
So far, we've got. Oh, don't forget that. Now let's get that out there because we got to reach out for Bob Constantine, Texas Coast Limousine Service. Whether you need, if you've got weddings coming up in the summer, now's a great time to book. They've got this really unique white with oak seating trolley car, and it's what it's going to be is the place that you want to take throwing your bouquet over your shoulder picture because there's a back porch to this trolley.
It's one of those former stunt trolleys that always jumps off the tracks in San Francisco.
It's perfect. Yeah. Reach out to Bob Constantine. That's 575 Limo. Now, see, if it had been if his number was 575 Burger, he'd be selling food.
575 Weed.
575 Weed, he'd be a drug dealer, right? But it's 575 Limo. That's the number they gave him. So there you go. Perfect.
They got a brand new fleet of MKT Lincoln limos. They've got that wedding trolley. They've got party buses.
Up to 28 passengers on a
They can handle party bus of all size.
Yeah. No, Bob Constantine is a transportation professional. I mean, these guys know what they're doing. Their drivers are pros. Great guys.
Texas Coast Limousine, the official limousine company of the Miss Victoria pageant as well.
There you go. So back to where we are. We're at $3,000 from Calvin Shear and Rena. We're doing couples gun purchases.
Yeah, we've got Richard King and Mandy in at 3.
At 3 for matching or similar, American flag motif.
I'll do whatever they want.
Yeah, there you go.
See, I'm trying to catch up now.
Somebody wanted a Kamala Harris paint thing.
Yeah.
Arthur O'Brien says, "Can I get a Kamala paint scheme?" No. Well, it's.
No, you shouldn't have said that. Now the FBI is coming.
Put a knee pad on the bottom of the grip. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I can't even make Ash laugh. He's not even doing a camera.
I'm trying to read now. Judge Posey asks, what if we ask all our listeners to send $100 in? How can they do that? We can send those checks to Warriors Weekend. Put in the little memo line that you want it to go to. What are we calling this endeavor? Because the gun auction.
Yeah.
Okay, because we don't want to out the veteran.
And Judge Posey said,
send
what you can. He says he's in for $100. Yeah. Give us a mailing address. And
3603 Miori Lane, where the football stadium is.
Yep. 01.
Like Miori Plumbing, MIORI, 77901.
There you
go.
Right. 30.
And make it the Warriors Weekend. I envelope the Warriors Weekend. I get Warriors Weekend mail there all the time. It's my home.
3306.
3603.
3603. 3603 Miori. And that's 77901.
But
Andy Schneider says all 5 listeners.
Right. Thanks, Andy.
Thanks, Andy. Appreciate that. You're one of them. So expect to see your check on Monday.
You have to say that. You have to say Schneider.
Like what was that?
What show was that?
Valerie Bertinelli was in that. Yeah.
Schneider.
Jay Double know that one.
Jay Double. We haven't talked to him in a while.
Yeah. Schneider was a handyman.
He was a handyman, yeah.
Patrick Strauss says checks in the mail. That's fantastic, Patrick.
Appreciate it.
So, 3603 Miori. He had to think about it. Ronnie's
he doesn't remember where he lived at the time.
Usually I talk to somebody about that.
One day at a time, Stephen Kidder. Thank you, sir. Andy Schneider got it as well. I'm sure Andy probably lived.
No, Steve Kidder's talking about his alcohol rehab. The longest is if Steve Kidder invites you to reach out. Most days he's sober till noon, folks. Reach out to Steve Kidder.
10:30.
Steve Kidder's a fantastic lawyer from
really is.
Family law to contractual law. He'll represent you. If you get that ticket and you're adamant you didn't do it, he'll help you understand why you're going to go ahead and pay it. He'll do that for free. Reach out to Steve Kidder at the law offices of Steve Kidder. What I like about Stephen is he's a thinking guy and he gets this show. It motivates me to continue doing it.
Craig Simpson says Ronnie forgot his pills this morning. What pills? The line, I mean.
It's good. It's good stuff.
He says, I better take mine. You better.
I'll tell you what else we did after the show today. Open at 7 right over here on Red River is the new Complete 360. You can go by and now, Ron, you and I, we're waffle guys. You're going to like a waffle. They make a gluten-free, basically flour-free waffle that you would say, I'm off that. It has strawberries in it. It has blueberries in it. And then they top it with this homemade whip thing that they also put fresh blueberries and strawberries, and it's good for you. It's high in protein, low in carbohydrates. It is like a healthy meal right here at Complete 360, just kind of next door to the old Woodlawn Bowl is the new location. They also have a location out by Buffalo Wild Wings where you can get smoothies and supplements and all that kind of stuff. But this store is they make paninis. They're branching out into healthy lunchtime food. Tom Curtis told us last week that he had gone. Dawn and I have been there several times, and we put a picture of the panini on there. And he went and said, "Hey, it didn't disappoint. It was fantastic." So, love to have you try that. Caleb Shaw is now talking to our other listeners about stuff. There's Ralph Salazar, the Hall of Famer, comes in.
I want to give a shout out to Caleb, not only for pinch hitting last week on the show, did a great job, but also was busy organizing, paying for and donating hay to folks and straw to folks who needed it for animals. We got out there, I think it was Saturday. I've lost track of the days. It's been so many now, but we were handing out hay in front of his offices to folks that needed it. So appreciate that. David Gonzalez and Scott at Animal Control, helping everybody who needed help feeding animals, getting straw. They had straw out there that they were giving away. David Gonzalez, the county health department director, has been just all over the place, not only dealing with the COVID stuff and the vaccinations, then you threw all this on top of it. Jenna West, emergency management office of the Victoria County. Just a lot of folks that are kind of behind the scenes that don't get seen but have been absolutely running, and burning candles at both ends in the last week to 10 days. I just kind of want to give a shout out. And I know I'm missing a bunch of people. Glendry, Sun Valley, they had a boatload of people come through there yesterday. But I just want to give a shout out to some of those who went above and beyond to help out. And there's many more that we don't know about, and none of these folks seek the accolades. That's the great thing. They're doing it out of they're doing it out of the goodness of their heart to help others who are less fortunate, who don't have the means, who may not, have the ability. And they've done a great job, and I know they're burned out, and I know they're tired, but I want to say thank you to everybody who's helped. It's just been phenomenal to see how this community continues to pull together every time.
Adam Daughtry says, if we reach 8,000, Brent shaves his head. Why do I always have to be the one? So let me tell you what. Yeah, thank you, Ron. You did good. Let me tell you where we started. We started the day at $2,400. We've now sold 2 commemorative weapons at $3,000. I mean, these are working 9mm P365s with a custom painted motif by a veteran. So it's a beautiful red, white, and blue. I mean, you'll be proud to own it. And we've sold 2 of them. We've got time to sell a third one if you want. And then we also have, you can put in the memo portion of your check, gun raffle, and just put in there 3603 Miori Lane, Miori, Miori Lane, and send that to 77901.
Put Wade and Carter on it.
Put the Wade and Carter auction. There we go.
Or put Wade and Carter auction. That's fine in the memo. Make it out to Warriors Weekend.
By the way, for the first time, because they didn't know how to get on, they're not in Victoria, but they're real close. The parents are listening this morning. I saw them on your lineup. So they're there, they're listening, and I guarantee you they're very appreciative.
I'm trying to get way. That's where I'm going, right?
Yeah, you're struggling. Now I want to go to the bottom.
Oh, you want to go
something
to the bottom?
Right there. The judge already volunteered for that. Okay, there you go. So we'll get. I like that. Judge Posey said he's in for $100. 3603 Miori 77901. And like I said, just put Wade and Carter in the memo. Yeah. They'll know what it is.
WNC Wade and Carter.
Every dollar goes
to help this family.
To this family, and I'll tell you something. We were just talking about all these people behind the scenes. So many of you, our listeners, they really are the best. I mean, we've raised now, I can say safely, thousands of dollars for different functions that our people just line up. They're just the salt of the earth. Great
really
folks.
Within the last year and a half. We didn't really start doing this until then. Chris McDonald says really great people out there at times like this demonstrate how great the community can be. Thank you, sir.
Get to use that cap again for you.
Yeah, I bet he will. He wears it all the time. Don't kid yourself.
Michelle Hawkins, happy she has water. The city, I think, going to release some water today.
There you go.
Boil water notice, I think, is still in effect, though, right?
There you go. So, Michelle, send $25 to Ron Koshin at 3603. Whatever you want. Yeah, that's fantastic. And we've done our sponsor list, and they're all supportive of this, and they understand the importance of what you do. And well, we appreciate you guys. I think you and I need to get out of here on a Friday.
I'll just say this: for the first time in at least a week, the sun is up this morning.
Yeah, get out and enjoy this day.
Get out and enjoy. As long as the wind stays down, I think it'll be a nice day.
That's right.
I wouldn't go that far.
It's going to be cold, but it's not going to be. I mean, 27 did not feel bad this morning. It literally was in the teens.
Yeah, it wasn't in the teens, but yeah.
Folks, we love you. We appreciate all you do for our community. And Ronnie, thank you for all you do.
Thank you to the Kings at 3,000. Thank you to the Shearers at 3,000. And we appreciate it. And most importantly, I'm sure this family wants to thank everybody as well. And
you never can tell, Ron. You may have helped Calvin start a lifelong dream of
owning a gun or two.
He might get into guns now. He's always wanted one. There you go. Folks, y'all have a great day. We love you.
Have a great weekend.
Maybe this is Rena's collection that's starting.
Maybe
She's retired now. Maybe she's going to start.
Her license to carry.
See, she's going to start
This is perfect.
gathering weapons. There you go.
Well, everybody knows she's the patriot in the family.
No doubt. Y'all take care. We love you. We'll see you Monday.
Bye, folks.
Bye, folks.
Thank you so much. Great stuff.
Great stuff, right? You can get another one?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Thanks,
That's
Ronnie.
awesome. How are you feeling?
Hang on. Gotta kill this one here.
Yeah. If I get some water,